Just ahead on American Black Journal, she's often referred to as Detroit's youngest entrepreneur. 12-year-old Asia Newson is here to talk about her company and how she's become an activist for Detroit area kids. Plus, a powerhouse gospel concert tour is raising awareness of a charity that helps local families. Stay right there. American Black Journal is next.
At DTE Energy, we believe that we have a greater responsibility. We believe that being part of a community means being involved in the fabric of that community, investing time, effort, and resources in the communities we serve. DTE Energy Foundation is a proud sponsor of American Black Journal.
Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. This year's National Celebration of Small Business Week focused on the theme, Dream Big, Start Small. My first guest today took that advice to heart at a really young age. Asia Newson began making and selling candles at the tender age of 5 through her company, Super Business Girl. Take a look at her sales pitch.
Excuse me, sir. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Well, I'm fantastic. My name is Asia Newson. I'm an entrepreneur, and the name of my company is Super Business Girl. Today I'm selling candles that came from my Asia collection to make money so I could buy some things that I really need to expand my business, like hats and shirts with my logos on them and permits for my trainees this summer. And I want to know if you could buy one of my candles because it's 100% important to me. Thank you for listening to my presentation. And I'm asking for $8 investments because not only you're investing into me, but you're investing into my future and my business. I plan on being the mayor of Detroit when I grow up, and I'm going to give back to everyone.
Asia is 12 years old now, and she's appeared on several television programs, including The Ellen DeGeneres Show, America's Got Talent, and ABC's 2020. Today, I am pleased to welcome Asia Newson to American Black Journal, and she's joined by her mother, Latasha Thomas, who's president of Asia's company. Thanks for being here, both of you.
Thank you for having me.
So, Asia, tell me, at 5, what made you think you wanted to start a business?
When I was 5 years old, my dad was a candle salesman, and so he went out and he sold his own candles. And when I was 5 years old, he took me with him. And so every day we were going out selling candles over and over again. And one day I just interrupted his presentation, and I continued to finish it for him. And day after day, I was selling my own presentation.
You figured it out on your own, right?
And I was selling my own candles. And then my mom and I came up, well, my dad was already teaching my older brother and my older sister how to do the same thing, but we wanted to start focusing on at-risk children. So my mom came up with the concept of Super Business Girl and stuff like that. And we all just kind of collaborated and put it together. And now we have Super Business Girl.
You have a business. So what other things does Super Business Girl do?
Well, we teach children how to become entrepreneurs. We host entrepreneurship workshops. Also, I make and sell my own candles with the help of my family. And I have a website, superbusinessgirl.com, where I sell them on. And I'm also a spokesperson. I was
going to say, you have some friends with you here.
Yeah, I'm also a spokesperson for a company called Jumbies. And it's like a story of storks. They're like little birds, and they're flying from shore to shore. And so one day the storks crashed, and 2 animals, like a duck and a monkey, turned into a ducky. And that's like this little thing. And a dingo and a bat turned into a dingbat.
So they combine the animals to come up with new animals.
Yeah, right? And Jumbies.
All right. Latasha, this has got to be remarkable to you that at such a young age, your daughter decided to do this, but now at 12, this has become a really big deal.
Absolutely, Stephen. It kind of blew my mind a little bit at first, and in the beginning it was a little bit overwhelming, but as my daughter grew with her entrepreneurial ideas and her mission, it created positions for myself and other people as well. And we had to get on board. Right. Definitely.
Right. Yeah. And so the idea, though, for Super Business Girl, she says you came up with that. What were you thinking when you sort of put it all together?
Well, Asia comes from humble beginnings, you know, and I wanted to let my daughter know that no matter her background or where she came from, she could do whatever she wanted to do. And I wanted other children to know that as well. And Asia used to watch her favorite cartoon on the Publix channel, Word Girl. And she was about 4 or 5 running around. Then that was about the young lady who, she was a superhero who fought with vocabulary words.
Vocabulary, I remember that.
Yeah, and Asia loved that show. And she would dress up in the little costume with the cape, and she would run around and say, "Mom, I'm a little word girl." I said, "Oh, honey, you're my little super business girl," you know. And it kind
So
of
that's
ran
where
with
the
it.
name
That's
came
where it came
from.
from. And we
Very
told her
good.
father, and next thing you know, she says, "Hello, my name is Asia Newson, and the name of my company is Super Business Girl."
Super Business Girl.
Yeah.
There you go. I think my favorite line from her pitch is, "I need money to help grow my business." I mean, a lot of kids, I think, would say, "I need money to buy candy or toys or whatever." This is somebody who is really thinking about business growth and sort of how all that works. Where do you get that from, Asia?
I guess I know that I need money for my business, and it takes like determination and funding, and I had the determination, and I just need the other part, which is funding.
Which is funding.
And so I could get like loans or investments, but then I'll have to pay it back. So instead of doing that, I just go out, and since I know how to sell candles, I can just raise money right then and there.
All right. So talk about the public speaking and the workshops you're doing. Again, you're really young to be doing these things. Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I do like public speaking. Sometimes I get nervous, but the workshops, I'm just now starting to do my workshops, and ultimately I want to have like a Super Business Girl school, and it's going to be like classes every day, and I'm going to have teachers teaching them how to become entrepreneurs. So that's like my ultimate goal. But before I do that, I am doing the workshops, and I'm going to teach like 10 children each workshop, and
wow. And you're teaching them about business.
yes.
And where do the children come from who are going to come to your work?
They're at-risk children, so they're coming from Detroit, but obviously I want to like expand it so nationally. But yeah, like at-risk children, Brightmoor, East Point, just everywhere around Detroit.
Yeah. And Brightmoor is where you guys live, which is the northwest side, the far northwest side of Detroit, and it's a neighborhood that has changed an awful lot in my lifetime. It's changed a lot even in Asia's lifetime, I feel, the sort of depopulation, but then the sort of seed of hope where you've got all kinds of people there really working together to make that a better place.
Yeah, you do. Over, that's the District 1 area, and like you said, we do reside in that community, and we're community oriented. And over there, they're building it up. You know, Brightmoor area is coming back. A lot of money has been invested into that area, so, and a lot of homes are being restored, and you know, so Brightmoor is going to be the place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about the kids that you're encountering in Brightmoor, and how you're sort of trying to get them to see that you know, Asia can do this, and they could probably do this too.
Well, we recruit not just in Brightmoor, but in the Brightmoor area, we recruit like our neighbors, students that Asia goes to school with. We utilize social media. And, you know, so we reach out to the children that we see, relatives even, and, you know, just to take them along and show them how to make and earn their own money, you know, so they can help out their families and their households.
Right, right. Go ahead.
Oh, when I was getting ready to say, so I kind of like pick the children. It's kind of like a picking thing. And once I recognize that they have like the motivation to become an entrepreneur, because that's why we kind of focus towards at-risk children, because they're hungry and they want a better life for themselves. And so they just kind of need like a little push, like when your car doesn't start up and then you just kind of push them to the gas station. Right. That's what they need. And Super Business Girl wants to be the helping hand. Right. And so what I mean when I pick them, like, okay, she's going to need a little more help than her. Right. But I mean, she's like really good, and I'm going to teach her first like that.
Right. I had said in the open that you've appeared on a number of television shows. Tell me what that was like, and which one was your favorite?
I actually had two favorites. My first favorite was Ellen,
Uh-huh.
and I like Ellen because she was very cool, and I've been on her show before with
Okay.
my choir.
Okay.
I just wasn't on there by myself, and when I went on there by myself, I was recognized by a lot of people, and it was very fun.
Yeah.
And I got like a check from my college, and I got like a Beats Peel and a MacBook Pro stuff for my desk.
Oh, very
And my other one was ABC News 2020. It was so fun because I didn't know how it was going to turn out, and when I saw like how it was all edited, it was so cool.
Right, right. So tell me, you're 12. When do you have time to be a kid, and what do you do when you're just being a kid?
Well, I like to dance, and I like to sing, and I like
You said
to
you
go
were in a choir.
shopping.
Which choir are you in?
It's actually my school choir, Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences.
Okay, yeah.
And I do that on like my downtime. But Super Business Girl, I love doing Super Business Girl. And so I say when you love doing something, you commit most of your time to it.
Yeah, yeah. So now, if you can think into the future, 10 years, 20 years, what do you think you might be doing?
Well, in 10 years, I'm 12 now, so I'll be 22.
Uh-huh.
I'll be running mayor campaigns. I'll be an entertainer. I'll be expanding Super Business Girl. And from 20 years, I'll be making presidential campaigns because I want to be president of the United States when I'm 35.
Well, there you go. And that's the youngest you can be to be president.
Yes.
That's right. So I mean, harnessing all of this energy and channeling it to something specific and productive, that's got to be not just a challenge, but a real joy for you.
It is, Stephen. Asia has been a real inspiration to me and to others as well. You know, to see Asia progress and grow from, you know, the young lady from skipping down the street to selling her candles to hopping on the same city transit and going to the same public schools and neighborhood businesses to, you know, being on national television and, you know, getting recognized. It's been a real joy.
Right.
Like you said, yeah.
Right. And what would you say to other parents about young people and getting them to sort of be excited about things and channeling that energy into something like Super Business Girl?
That's a good question, Stephen. I would say to other parents to start with your children early. Find out what their interests are and help cultivate it and enhance it, you know, and be involved. The mothers and the fathers, you know, be involved and try to get in as much time with them as you can at that early age where they absorb so much knowledge.
Right, right.
Yeah.
She mentioned that she's going to get she got a check for college from Ellen DeGeneres. I would imagine you're already thinking about school for her and I guess what's next, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. Asia, good luck.
Thank you.
With your business and everything else you want to do. We'll see you in 20 years when you are running for president of the United States. That's a great goal to have. Just ahead on American Black Journal, McDonald's kicks off a 14-city gospel tour aimed at helping families in local communities. We'll explain right after this look at some important moments in Detroit's Black history.
I'm Kim Trent with a look back at African American life in Detroit. This week in 1945, Langston Hughes performed at the Plymouth Congregational Church Speaker Series. The event was held at the Detroit Art Institute. In 1974, Elliott Hall was appointed acting corporation counsel by Mayor Coleman A. Young. And in 1883, the first issue of The Plain Dealer debuted. The publication was the brainchild of brothers Benjamin and Robert Pelham. It was considered the city's first newspaper. These are significant events this week in Detroit's Black history, taken from the book On This Day, African American Life in Detroit.
For the 9th year, McDonald's is spreading the joy of gospel music in a cross-country tour that kicks off in Detroit on May 13th. The free concert encourages attendees to give back to their communities by supporting the Ronald McDonald House charities. Among the performers are gospel music superstars Donald Lawrence, Yolanda Adams, and Detroiters Dorinda Clark Cole and Tasha Page Lockhart. That was Detroit gospel vocalist Tasha Page Lockhart, one of the performers in the McDonald's Inspiration Celebration Gospel Tour. And here today to talk about the event and the charity is Jennifer Lidomiski, Executive Director of Ronald McDonald House of Detroit. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you for having me today.
So, I mean, that was a wonderful performance, obviously.
Beautiful.
And we're in store for more of it at the concert.
We sure are. We're very excited to have this concert. We've had this for several years, and it's really been a great benefit to the Detroit Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah. So tell viewers who don't know what Ronald McDonald House is and what it does.
The Ronald McDonald House of Detroit serves as a home away from home for families of critically ill children being taken care of at Children's Hospital or local hospitals. You know, families walk into a house and they leave a home. It really is a great place for them to be while their child is receiving treatment.
Yeah, yeah, and this has been around for a long time. I mean, I can remember as a Cub Scout in Detroit going to do things at Ronald McDonald House. It's been around a long time, and it serves thousands and thousands of families.
Thousands of families, 53,000 families a year since 1979, just in Detroit. The organization, the charities have been around since for 41 years, so since 75. So it's been a long-standing charity, and it's a global charity. It's from all over the world. We help families and children.
Right. And so tell me about the idea to have a concert to raise money for.
Well, you know, Detroit is just such a great place to have a gospel tour. We're well renowned for that, and it's going to be a great concert. It's a sellout. It is sold out. People start standing in line at 4:30, I understand, and it's just a fabulous concert filled with, like Detroiters, Dorinda Clark Cole and Tasha Page, and just a great lineup, Yolanda Adams, and Dwayne Woods. I mean, it's really an opportunity for people to come together, celebrate, and raise money for this great charity.
Right, right. And the linkage between the concert and the charity is that the money from the tickets goes to Ronald McDonald House.
Ronald McDonald House, yes, and it's also promoted throughout the McDonald's in Southeast Michigan. So there's not only just the ticket sales, but there's the donations from those at the concert, and it goes beyond that. And we'll get people coming in to volunteer, cook meals for the families, volunteer in the garden. Yeah. I mean, it really is. It has a long reach after this concert.
Right, right. Tell me about some of the challenges that you face at this charity.
Well, you know, it's really been an interesting year. We rebuilt the Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, yes. We have a brand new Ronald McDonald House that hardly has been open. It's only a couple weeks old, and but we were asked to be rebuilt about 7 months ago by the Detroit Medical Center. Okay. And with that came...
is that part of the overall capital campaign?
It's part of the expansion campaign. Yeah. They are doing a four-tower story for the Children's Hospital, and the spot that they needed was where the old house was.
I see.
So the hospital helped rebuild the new house, which opened on April 1st. And so we're in the middle of a $3 million expansion campaign, and we're about 1.73 million of that campaign right now.
Into it, okay.
Yeah, and what that does is it helps with our renovation costs, our supplies, our operational needs, everything that you would think that makes a home away from home is what we have at the Ronald McDonald House. Right. What's at your home is what we try to provide for those families at our home.
Yeah, and the families they come from all over the country.
All over the world.
Because of the medical care they can get here in Detroit, right?
Right. Children's Hospital is really one of the best hospitals in the United States. We have families, actually the whole world. We have had a family from Russia come in for a special treatment. They were here at the Ronald McDonald House for about 7 days, and they will keep coming back and forth.
Yeah. So what else is going on with Ronald McDonald House that we should?
Well, we have some great things going on. We have a beautiful spring tea coming up. We have a grand gala opening at Orchestra Hall where we'll be touring the folks that attend that event, and then going back and celebrating those donors who made a significant contribution to our new house.
Yeah. Where does most of the money for Ronald McDonald House come from?
You know, the community. Ronald McDonald House is taken care of by the community and our McDonald owner-operator system. I mean, between the coins and the canister boxes and the commitment by all of the owner-operators is really terrific. But
Right.
the community, foundations, everything from meal preparation to children, like you said, Cub Scouts doing fundraisers.
Right, right. And this concert, as we said, it's sold out.
Sold out.
so people cannot go and buy more tickets.
No, they can't. It's that popular. And I don't, we know why. I mean, there's some great talent. Not only are there singers, gospel singers, but there's Small Fire, who's a Christian comedian. I mean, it's really just a great opportunity for Detroiters to celebrate, and to celebrate for an amazing Detroit-based charity.
Right. And what are other ways then that people can get involved with Ronald McDonald House, because since they can't go to the concert unless they already have tickets?
Well, Stephen, you know what? There's always an opportunity for people to volunteer at the house. They can cook meals for the families. We can cook breakfast, lunch, dinner. We have opportunities gardening, cleaning, volunteering at our events, coming to events. You know what? Once they step their foot into the Ronald McDonald House, it is truly a home away from home, and they are welcomed by everybody. There's a lot of love in the house.
Right. And the integration between the house and the medical center is important too, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's a big part of why this works.
Well, it does. I mean, you have a situation where you have a critically ill child, you have doctors and nurses that don't want the moms and dads or even the siblings going through that kind of a stress. So having that lodging unit and that support system inside of a home is really critical to help those families help the child heal.
Right, right. And is there counseling also for the families available?
We work very closely with our social work department at Children's Hospital. We have a very good relationship with the hospital. They help us with everything that we need, from security at the Ronald McDonald House all the way to social work.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would imagine that you were talking about the stress that these families endure. Obviously, they might need that kind of support while they're here.
I'll tell you, most of our families stay 5 to 7 nights, and they're glad to be there and have that home cooked meal. But we've had a family that stayed 385 days.
Wow.
And that is really tough. I mean, if you think about that,
So they
over
literally
a year,
did move.
they moved their whole lives. And then you have families that have come back and forth for 17 years. Yeah. So that Ronald McDonald House has served, those 53,000 people in the last 35 years, and there's a lot of grateful people.
Right, and it's such a great thing that McDonald's is the sort of genesis of all this, and that it's the owner-operators who really support this, right?
They really do. I mean, back, in the beginning when Ray and Joan Kroc started this, it was, in Philadelphia. Fred Hill, who was a Philadelphia Eagle, his daughter was critically ill, didn't have anywhere to stay. And, he went to the local owner-operators in Philadelphia, and they said, gee, it's too bad there's not a lodging, opportunity for, and that's what they came up with. And the first Shamrock Shakes were sold to build the very first house in Philadelphia.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's really, what a great story. And now here we are, 350 houses later, 41 years.
350 houses around the country, or
all over the world.
All over the world.
Everywhere there's a children's hospital, we really try to have a Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
And on the DMC, we are the only housing unit on the campus.
Oh, is that right? There's no place else for
nowhere
families
else
to stay while they're there.
No.
All right. Well, a wonderful and unique service you guys are
Yes.
providing, and this great concert that's coming up.
It's
I would tell
gonna be
people to go buy tickets.
I know, but it's going to
no
be
point.
great. What a celebration.
That's right.
It really helps.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, and good luck with the
Thank you.
concert. That's our program for today. Thanks for watching. You can get more information about our guests at AmericanBlackJournal.org. And as always, connect with us on Facebook and on Twitter. Plus, you can also hear our program now on WDET 1019 FM. We'll see you next time.
At DTE Energy, we believe that we have a greater responsibility. We believe that being part of a community means being involved in the fabric of that community, investing time, effort, and resources in the communities we serve. DTE Energy Foundation is a proud sponsor of American Black Journal.